My friends, life is not a battle to be fought, but a gift already given. You stand at the threshold of blessings too vast to measure, yet many keep themselves outside simply because they are trying too hard. The secret is not in the struggle, it is in the surrender. When you rest in quiet confidence, you place yourself in harmony with the invisible source of all supply. You do not chase what is already yours. You receive it by being still enough to know it is so. Your blessings are not in the future, nor locked behind the efforts of your hands. They exist now, waiting for the calm recognition of your heart. Imagination is the silent channel through which all gifts flow. Close your eyes and enter the feeling of already having what you desire. Do not strain, do not beg, simply dwell in the knowing. Just as a seed does not struggle to become a tree, your blessing does not struggle to find you. It unfolds in its appointed season, and your stillness allows it to reach you without resistance. The anxious mind builds walls, but the relaxed spirit opens doors. The moment you stop questioning how and when, the unseen begins arranging all things in your favor. What you desire cannot miss you, for it has already been spoken into being. So tonight, release your burdens, breathe deeply, and know that your blessing is nearer than your own heartbeat. It is not waiting for you to work harder, but for you to trust more deeply. The posture of receiving is stillness, gratitude, and faith. Relax, and the blessing will arrive in ways more wonderful than you could plan. Rest, and what is yours will flow to you without delay. Believe, and you will see that nothing can stop what has already been prepared for you. The blessings you seek are already prepared. Your task is to align, not to strive. Every desire that rises within you is not an accident, nor is it a random spark of imagination. It is the whisper of a deeper truth, a sign that what you seek already exists for you in the unseen. To long for something is proof that it has been created in spirit, waiting for you to tune yourself into its frequency. Yet many fail to realize this, and instead they struggle, striving endlessly, as though blessings are earned by toil. They forget that what is meant for them does not require pursuit, only alignment. When you strive, you create resistance. You declare by your effort that you do not yet have what you desire, and so you confirm the state of lack. But alignment is different. Alignment is rest. It is the inner knowing that what is yours cannot be withheld. Just as the sun does not strive to rise, but simply follows the law of its nature, your blessing does not require force. It requires you to enter the state where it naturally appears. That state is faith. That state is calm assurance. That state is the feeling of already possessing what you once chased. Consider the seed planted in the soil. The seed does not strain or struggle to become the tree. It does not fight the soil nor beg for the sun. All of creation already supports it. The conditions are already prepared. Its only task is to rest in the truth of what it is. The same is true of you. When you imagine, when you feel, when you trust, you plant the seed of your blessing. But to dig it up with doubt, to push it with force, to strive with anxiety, is to delay the unfolding. Alignment means letting the soil, the sun, and the invisible forces of life do what they were meant to do. Your blessing is complete. It waits for you in the invisible, like a gift behind a veil. Striving keeps the veil intact because striving says, I do not yet have. Alignment tears the veil because alignment says, it is already mine. The difference is subtle, yet it makes all the difference in your life. You will notice that when you stop chasing, when you stop forcing, things begin to come to you with ease. Doors open, opportunities appear, people arrive at the perfect time. None of it is coincidence. It is the natural rhythm of alignment. So release the need to strive. Let go of the belief that harder effort will bring faster blessings. It will not. The blessing is already here. What is required is the shift within yourself. Assume the state of one who already has. Walk with the peace of one whose prayers are answered. Breathe with the calm of one whose path is secured. This is the way of alignment. And when you live in this posture of quiet confidence, you will see that the blessings you once chased were always prepared, waiting only for you to step into the state where they belong to you. Resting in faith opens the invisible door to visible abundance. Faith is not about endless repetition of words, nor is it the anxious hope that something good might happen one day. Faith is rest. It is the deep inner knowing that what you desire already exists in the unseen and that it will inevitably unfold into your experience. To rest in faith is to release the struggle, the worry, the frantic effort to make things happen by force. Instead, you settle into a calm certainty, a quiet conviction that life is working on your behalf. When you rest in faith, you align with the unseen currents that shape all reality. The invisible is the source of the visible. Just as the roots of the tree, hidden beneath the soil, are the source of its branches and fruit. You cannot see the roots, but you trust they are there, feeding the life above. In the same way, your unseen faith is the root of visible abundance. Many try to manipulate the outer world, pushing and pulling circumstances, but this only exhausts them. True abundance begins with inner rest, for it is from that stillness that the invisible power is allowed to move without resistance. Resting in faith is not laziness. It is the highest form of action. It is choosing to act from the place of already having rather than striving to get. It is to know that your abundance is prepared and waiting for you, and that your only task is to embody the state of receiving. When you embody this state, you no longer question timing nor doubt possibility. Instead, you carry yourself with quiet authority as one who knows that the unseen has already delivered the request. This calm assurance opens doors that effort could never push open. Think of how water flows. It does not force itself through rock by strain, but by persistence and alignment with its nature. In time, it carves valleys and shapes landscapes. So too does faith carve pathways for abundance to reach you. The moment you rest in faith, you stop resisting. You let the invisible stream of life guide you, and it carries you to the visible blessings prepared for you. Anxiety and doubt act as dams, blocking the flow, but faith dissolves those barriers, allowing the natural current of abundance to rush in. Resting in faith means you do not need to check and recheck, nor worry about every detail. You plant the seed in imagination and then let it grow in silence. Just as a farmer trusts the season and does not dig up the soil in panic, you too must trust the unseen. In due time, what was hidden beneath the surface bursts forth into visible form. Your abundance cannot be denied when your spirit is at rest. Cultivate stillness. Release the grip of fear. Breathe into the certainty that the invisible already holds what you desire. By resting in faith, you have already unlocked the door, and on the other side waits the abundance that has always been yours. The more you relax, the faster the unseen works for you. Life was never meant to be lived in constant struggle and tension. The unseen forces that shape your reality respond not to your frantic efforts, but to the quiet state of your being. When you strain, you are in resistance, declaring with every thought that what you desire is distant and difficult. But when you relax, when you let go of the pressure and settle into calm confidence, you create the perfect condition for the unseen to move swiftly in your favor. Relaxation is a signal of trust. It is the language of assurance. When you are tense, it is proof that you doubt the process, that you fear the outcome. But when you exhale, release, and rest in the knowing that everything is already aligning, you step into harmony with the invisible laws that govern manifestation. The unseen does not need your panic. It does not need your restlessness. It requires only your stillness, your acceptance, your belief that the work is already done. Imagine a stream flowing down a mountain. If you place boulders in its path, it must struggle to find a way around. Yet if the path is clear, it rushes freely, quickly, without hesitation. Your tension, your worry, your attempts to control every detail, these are the boulders. Your relaxation removes them. Suddenly the flow quickens, and what seemed delayed appears with speed and precision. By simply releasing, you allow the unseen to do what it does best: orchestrate the perfect unfolding of your blessings. The speed of manifestation is not determined by time, but by state. A restless state delays, but a relaxed state accelerates. This is why the moments when you finally let go are often the very moments when what you desire appears. When you stop chasing, it comes. When you stop worrying, the answer arrives. It is not that the blessing was ever far away, but that your tension kept you blind to its presence. Relaxation clears your vision, tunes your heart, and brings the unseen into sight. Think of how you sleep at night. It is when your body relaxes, when your mind releases its grip on control, that healing occurs, clarity forms, and solutions rise. The same is true in life. Relaxation is the gateway. You need not push. You need only to align. The unseen is always working, always arranging, always responding to the state you occupy. The calmer you are, the faster it moves, because nothing in you resists its flow. So breathe deeply. Rest in the truth that what you desire already belongs to you. Let go of timelines, let go of forcing, let go of doubt. Relax into the feeling of completion, and you will notice that everything begins to align with astonishing speed. The unseen works tirelessly for you, and it works fastest when you stop standing in its way. The more you relax, the more quickly life reveals the abundance that was always waiting for you. Your imagination is the womb of every blessing. Nurture it in stillness. Everything you long for, everything you hope to see in your world, begins first as an image within you. Imagination is not a mere daydream, nor is it something frivolous. It is the sacred ground where the invisible takes form before it manifests in the visible. Just as every child is conceived in a hidden womb before birth, every blessing you will ever receive is first conceived in the silence of your inner vision. To neglect imagination is to neglect the very place where your future is created. But imagination requires stillness. It cannot flourish in a restless, noisy mind. When you are consumed by worry, fear, or endless activity, you choke the seed before it has time to grow. Stillness, however, allows the soil of your mind to become fertile. In stillness, you hold the image steady, you water it with quiet faith, you nurture it with gentle attention, free from doubt and strain. Just as a womb does not question whether life is forming within, your imagination does not question whether the blessing is real. It simply nurtures the image until it unfolds. Consider how natural creation works. The seed planted in the ground is unseen, but it is real. The mother carries her child long before the world can see. In both, there is a time of stillness, a period of quiet trust. No frantic effort is required, only the patient knowing that what has begun within will reveal itself without. The same is true of your blessings. You do not need to run after them, nor force them into being. You need only to carry them within your imagination, to rest in stillness, and to let the unseen power shape them into form. When you imagine, feel it as though it is already complete. Do not imagine with effort or strain, but with ease. Step into the scene of your fulfilled desire and dwell there quietly. The more you nurture the feeling in stillness, the more real it becomes within you. And what becomes real within must eventually take shape without. This is the law of life. The outer world is but the reflection of the inner vision. Many fail because they imagine for a moment but then undo it with doubt, fear, and noise. They plant the seed and then dig it up to see if it is growing. But you, if you are wise, will remain still. You will nurture the image as a mother nurtures her child, with quiet love and unwavering faith. The world may not see it yet, but you know it lives within you, and in the perfect moment, your blessing will be born into visibility. Just as surely as day follows night, your imagination is the holy chamber where the unseen prepares to reveal itself. Treat it with reverence, protect it with stillness, nurture it with faith, for within your imagination lies the womb of every blessing, and in your stillness you carry the power to bring the invisible into life. An anxious heart delays what is already yours, but a calm spirit allows it to flow. Anxiety is the voice of doubt whispering that you are not yet worthy, that things may not work out, that blessings are far away. It tightens the soul and blinds the eyes to the opportunities and answers already present. When your heart is anxious, you live as though your desire is absent, and by doing so, you keep yourself in the state of waiting. The blessing, though prepared, is blocked from reaching you, because you have declared through worry that it is not here. A calm spirit, however, lives in the awareness of completion. Calmness is not ignorance of circumstances, it is mastery over them. It is the choice to believe that life is unfolding perfectly, even when appearances say otherwise. The calm spirit does not beg, nor does it chase, it rests. It trusts. It knows that what has been conceived within must eventually be born without, and because it does not doubt, it opens the channel for blessings to flow unhindered and with ease. Think of water in a stream. When the water is calm, you can see to the bottom. The reflection is clear and the current flows smoothly. But when the water is stirred with turbulence, it becomes cloudy and restless. The flow is disrupted and nothing can be seen clearly. So it is with your spirit. An anxious heart muddies the vision. disrupting the natural flow of what is already making its way to you. But calmness clears the channel, allowing life's abundance to move freely toward you. Your blessing is not delayed because it is not ready. It is delayed because you are not at rest. The moment you quiet your heart and release the grip of fear, you find that doors open quickly, people show up at the right time, and solutions arise effortlessly. Calmness does not push, yet it accomplishes more than striving ever could. The blessing was always near, but only a calm spirit could see and receive it. An anxious heart creates tension, and tension resists the unseen power that is trying to deliver what belongs to you. It is like holding your fist tightly closed, unable to receive what is being offered. A calm spirit, on the other hand, is an open hand, ready, receptive, willing to accept. This is why peace is not just a feeling, but a key. It unlocks the invisible gate and lets what is yours pour into your life. So let your heart be still, breathe deeply, and know that nothing good can pass you by. Release the questions of how and when, and rest in the truth that it is already yours. The anxious heart delays, but the calm spirit hastens the flow. The very moment you choose peace over panic, trust over fear, assurance over doubt, you allow your blessing to come swiftly and fully. What you seek has been waiting. It is your calm spirit that brings it home. Receiving is not about effort, but about assuming the state of already having. Most people believe that blessings are earned by struggle, hard work, or endless striving. They think the more they push, the more they will gain. Yet in truth, the act of receiving is not tied to effort, but to identity. You do not receive what you chase, you receive what you embody. Life gives back to you the reflection of the state you dwell in. If you live in the state of lack, you will see lack all around you. If you live in the state of having, blessings will naturally flow toward you, for they recognize their own likeness within you. To assume the state of already having is not to pretend in desperation, but to quietly rest in the feeling that it is done. It means walking through life with the calm assurance that what you desire is no longer distant, but present now. This shift is subtle, yet it changes everything. Effort declares, I do not yet have, but I am trying to get. Assumption declares, I already have, and life is simply arranging itself to reveal it. One delays, the other accelerates. Think of a person who is wealthy in spirit. Even before money reaches their hands, they carry themselves as though abundance is natural to them. Their choices, their posture, their expectations all align with wealth. And because they dwell in that state, life begins to mirror it back in tangible ways. Meanwhile, another may labor tirelessly, yet in the state of lack, and so they chase but never arrive. The difference is not effort, it is state. Your imagination is the bridge to this state. When you imagine with feeling, you step into the version of yourself who already possesses what you desire. You wear it like a garment. You breathe it, walk in it, and rest in it. This is not fantasy, it is creation. For the world outside of you is but the shadow of the inner world you occupy. When you remain faithful to the state of already having, the outer must conform. Receiving is effortless because it is natural. The tree does not strain to bear fruit, it simply abides in its nature. The river does not struggle to flow, it simply follows its course. In the same way, when you assume the state of already having, blessings unfold without resistance. You are no longer trying to pull them toward you, for they are already within you. All that remains is their unveiling in your world. So release the belief that effort is the key. Effort without alignment is wasted, but assumption without struggle is powerful. Enter the state of your fulfilled desire and remain there. Even when appearances seem unchanged, live as though it is already yours, and in due time it must show itself. Receiving is not about how hard you work, but about who you decide to be. When you assume the state of already having, you discover that the blessing was never far. It was always within you, waiting for your recognition. So I say to you, stop striving, stop worrying, stop chasing. Your blessings are already prepared, waiting for your recognition. The unseen works swiftly when you relax, when you rest in faith, when you nurture your imagination in stillness, and when you assume the state of already having. An anxious heart delays, but a calm spirit allows life's abundance to flow. Everything you desire is closer than you think, nearer than your very breath. Live now in the assurance that it is done, and you will see the invisible made visible in your life. Thanks. Thank you for giving me your time, your presence, and most importantly, your open heart. May you walk away today with peace in your spirit, faith in your soul, and the confidence to receive every blessing that already belongs to you.
Do you know the truth of who you are? You are not here by chance, nor are you subject to the whims of fate. Your life is a divine orchestration, and the plans for you were written long before you ever drew breath. The Creator has set a blueprint for your life, a purpose that is immovable, unshakable, and destined to prevail. Your life is not a series of random events, nor are you adrift in a sea of chance. It is, instead, the result of a divine design, a blueprint laid out by the Creator with meticulous care and purpose. This blueprint is not just an outline of your life, but an intricate plan woven with intention, love, and infinite wisdom. Every aspect of your existence, from the challenges you face to the desires of your heart, is part of this grand design. Consider for a moment the idea that before you took your first breath, your life was already mapped out. The dreams you hold, the talents you possess, and even the struggles you endure are not incidental. They are threads in the fabric of your destiny, placed there to guide you toward the fulfillment of a purpose far greater than you may currently understand. There is a reason you feel drawn to certain paths, why particular ideas ignite your passion, and why some challenges seem tailor-made for you. These are not coincidences, they are markers on the map of your divine journey. Many of us struggle with the idea of destiny, believing it to be something imposed upon us without our consent. Yet the truth is far more empowering. Your divine blueprint was not created to limit you, but to liberate you. It was designed to align with the deepest desires of your heart. Life's challenges, those desires are beauty of the divine bluept is that nudging you toward your highest setback. No external force, the longings you feel are not merely and no mistakes can alter what has further away from the life the voice of God's plan is perfect. Reminding you takes into account part of the divine plan. Every misstep, challenges are not evidence of failure; they are opportunities. Even when you feel lost, you are still on the path, preparing us for the blessings that lie ahead, compensating for the choices you make. As the shaping of a diamond, from its ultimate time are necessary, you are transform a raw stone, whether you realize it or not, of extraordinary value. Faith is the key to understanding and trusting this blueprint. Faith allows you to see beyond the surface of your experiences and recognize the hand of the divine at work. It reminds you that what appears to be chaos is often the precursor to clarity, and what seems like a delay is often divine timing in action. When you trust the plan, you align yourself with its flow, and life begins to unfold with a sense of ease and purpose that is unmistakable. This does not mean that you are a passive participant in your destiny. Far from it. Your role is vital, for the blueprint is not a rigid script, but a living design that requires your active engagement. Your thoughts, beliefs, and actions shape how the plan manifests in your life. When you align your inner world with the vision set out in the divine design, you unlock the power to bring it into reality. This is the partnership between you and the Creator. He provides the plan, and you provide the faith and effort to bring it to life. The world around you may try to convince you otherwise. It may suggest that your life is governed by luck, chance, or the will of others. But this is an illusion. The truth is that the Creator has already set your course, and nothing can alter it. The only thing that can delay your progress is your own resistance, your doubt, fear, or refusal to trust in the plan. Yet even these moments of hesitation are accounted for, and the plan remains intact, waiting for you to step back into alignment. Your life is a masterpiece in progress, and every moment contributes to its completion. Even when you cannot see the full picture, trust that the Creator is working on your behalf, crafting something beautiful and meaningful. The divine blueprint is not just a map of your life, it is a testament to the love and care with which you were created. Every detail, every twist and turn is a reminder that you are known, cherished, and guided. So, rest in the assurance that your life is not an accident. You are here for a reason, and every step you take is part of a journey that has been lovingly designed for you. Trust in the plan, embrace your role in its unfolding, and know that you are walking a path that leads to a destiny greater than you can imagine. There is a force in this universe that is greater than any human effort, stronger than any opposition, and unshaken by the circumstances of this world. This force is the will of the Creator, the divine intention that governs all things and shapes the destiny of each soul. It is immovable, unchanging, and resolute. No matter how the winds of life may blow, or how chaotic the world may seem, this divine will remain steadfast, guiding everything toward its ordained purpose. The immovable will of God is not a concept limited to grand, cosmic events. It is deeply personal and intimately connected to your life. Every detail of your existence is a part of this greater will. The challenges you face, the victories you celebrate, and even the detours you encounter are woven into the fabric of this divine plan. Nothing happens by chance, and nothing escapes the reach of God's purpose. What has been set in motion for you cannot be stopped, for the will of the Creator is absolute. When we speak of God's will being immovable, it is essential to understand that this does not mean it is inflexible or cold. On the contrary, it is rooted in infinite love and wisdom. It is immovable in the sense that it cannot be overpowered or thwarted. The Creator's plans for you are designed with precision, taking into account every choice you make, every obstacle you face, and every situation you encounter. Even when you feel as though you are drifting far from the life you were meant to live, the will of God gently but firmly redirects you back on course. Human resistance cannot alter divine intention. People may oppose you, circumstances may seem unfavorable, and even your own doubts may arise, yet none of these things can undo what has been set in motion by the Creator. What God has planned for you will come to pass, no matter how impossible it may seem. The will of God is not bound by human limitations. It transcends the laws of nature, the barriers of time, and the confines of physical reality. It is a force that moves mountains, parts seas, and transforms the seemingly impossible into reality. The immovable will of God often requires us to trust in ways that challenge our understanding. There will be times when life feels uncertain, or when it appears that nothing is going according to plan. In these moments, it is easy to question whether the Creator's will is still at work. Yet it is precisely in these moments that His will is often working most powerfully, behind the scenes, arranging the pieces of your life in ways you cannot yet perceive. What looks like a delay or a detour is often a necessary part of the journey, preparing you for the fulfillment of God's promises. This divine will is also a source of profound comfort. Knowing that God's plans for you are immovable allows you to let go of fear and anxiety. You do not have to worry about the outcome of your efforts or the actions of others, for the Creator has already secured your destiny. Even when things do not unfold as you expect, you can rest in the assurance that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The will of God is perfect, and it will not fail. The immovable will of God is also a reminder that no force of darkness can prevail against you. There may be opposition, but it cannot succeed in the face of divine intention. What God has spoken over your life cannot be undone. His promises are eternal, and His word does not return void. This is why you can stand firm, even in the face of adversity. You are backed by a power that is greater than anything in this world. The immovable will of God is a testament to His unwavering commitment to you. It is a reflection of His love, His wisdom, and His desire to see you fulfill the purpose for which you were created. When you trust in this will, you align yourself with a power that is unstoppable. You become unshakable, not because of your strength, but because you are anchored in the strength of the one who holds the universe in His hands. So, no matter what you face, remember this: God's will for your life is unchanging and immovable. Trust in it, align with it, and walk forward in faith, knowing that nothing and no one can stop what has already been ordained for you. I am the grand design of life. The Creator has not only set a divine plan in motion, but has also given you a significant role in its unfolding. You are not a passive observer of your destiny, but an active participant in the manifestation of what has been ordained for you. While the Creator's plan is perfect and immovable, it requires your conscious cooperation to bring it into tangible reality. This partnership is both a privilege and a responsibility, and understanding your role is essential for aligning with the fullness of what is meant for you. The Creator has placed within you a unique combination of desires, abilities, and visions. These are not random, they are sacred keys to unlocking your purpose. When you feel drawn to something, when a dream ignites your soul, it is not merely a product of your imagination. It is a divine whisper, a calling, and an invitation to participate in the manifestation of what has been designed specifically for you. Your desires are the Creator's way of guiding you toward the fulfillment of your destiny. But desire alone is not enough. Your role involves faith, a deep and unwavering belief in the reality of what you seek, even before it appears in the physical world. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen, the intangible and the tangible. When you believe in the fulfillment of your desires with absolute certainty, you align your inner world with the divine blueprint. This alignment is the key to unlocking the flow of divine power in your life. Faith, however, must be accompanied by action. Action is not about striving or forcing things to happen. It is about taking inspired steps that align with your vision. These steps may be small or large, but they must be taken with confidence and trust. When you act as though your desires are already on their way, you create a space for them to manifest. This is not an act of pretending, but of knowing that the Creator has already set the wheels in motion, and that your role is to meet the unfolding process with readiness and anticipation. Another crucial aspect of your role is the cultivation of your inner world. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are powerful tools in the manifestation process. The Creator works through you, and what you hold in your mind and heart determines the shape of your reality. When you focus on abundance, gratitude, and faith, you align with the frequency of the divine plan. But when you dwell in doubt, fear, or lack, you create resistance to what is meant for you. This resistance does not cancel the Creator's plan, but can delay its manifestation, as the divine waits patiently for your alignment. Patience is also an integral part of your role. Manifestation does not always happen on your timeline, and what may seem like a delay is often the Creator's way of preparing you for something greater. Trust in the timing of your life. Trust that every moment, even the ones that feel stagnant or challenging, is part of the process. The Creator is never late, and what is meant for you will not pass you by. Your job is to remain faithful and continue nurturing the vision, even when you cannot yet see its physical evidence. Your role also involves letting go of control. While action and faith are necessary, clinging to the outcome or trying to force things to happen can create tension and block the natural flow of the divine process. Letting go is not about giving up, it is about surrendering to a power greater than yourself, trusting that the Creator knows the best way to bring your desires to fruition. When you release the need to control every detail, you make room for miracles. Equally important is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is already present, creating a vibration of abundance that attracts even more blessings. When you are grateful for what you have, you signal to the Creator that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude also strengthens your faith, reminding you of the countless ways in which the divine has already worked in your life. Your role in manifestation requires persistence. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and challenges, but these are not signs that you are on the wrong path. They are opportunities to reaffirm your faith and strengthen your resolve. Keep moving forward even when the road is unclear. Trust that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to the fulfillment of the divine plan. In this grand partnership with the Creator, your role is not to make the plan but to align with it. Trust in the desires placed within you, cultivate unwavering faith, take inspired action, and surrender to the divine process. When you do this, you become a vessel through which the Creator's will flows effortlessly into the world. The manifestation of your destiny is not just a possibility, it is a certainty as long as you play your role with faith, trust, and gratitude. The challenges you face in life may seem insurmountable at times, appearing as barriers designed to thwart your progress. Yet, when you look beyond their surface, you come to realize they are not as solid or permanent as they appear. Challenges are illusions, shadows cast by your perception, shaped by your beliefs, and fueled by your fears. They exist not to block your path, but to guide you inward, to reveal the untapped power within, and to teach you that what you perceive as obstacles are, in truth, stepping stones toward your highest potential. This understanding does not diminish the difficulty of challenges, rather, it empowers you to see them for what they are: opportunities for growth, not punishments or evidence of failure. When you encounter a challenge, it is an invitation to shift your perspective, to rise above the illusion of limitation, and to reclaim your power. The Creator has placed within you everything you need to overcome any obstacle, and challenges are merely tools to awaken that inner strength. The illusion of challenges often gains its power through fear. Fear magnifies problems, making them seem larger and more threatening than they are. It clouds your judgment and convinces you that escape or defeat is your only option. But fear is also an illusion, a shadow that dissipates the moment you face it with courage and clarity. The moment you choose to see a challenge not as an enemy but as a teacher, its power over you diminishes. You realize that the true battle is not with the challenge itself, but with the belief that it has the power to stop you. Consider the nature of illusions. They appear real until you look closely, question their substance, and see through them. Similarly, challenges often dissolve when met with unwavering faith and determination. So, the Creator's plan for you is not hindered by these temporary illusions. In fact, challenges are part of the divine design, strategically placed to help you develop the qualities necessary for the fulfillment of your purpose. They are not barriers but bridges, guiding you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your connection to the divine. When you confront a challenge, it is essential to remember that it is not separate from the larger plan for your life. It is not a mistake or a deviation from your path, it is the path. Every challenge carries within it a gift, a lesson, a strength, a revelation that is meant to prepare you for what lies ahead. The illusion is not in the existence of the challenge, but in the belief that it is there to harm or hinder you. In truth, it is there to elevate you. Challenges also serve to reveal the truth of who you are. They strip away the layers of doubt, fear, and insecurity, leaving you with a clearer understanding of your strength, resilience, and potential. What may initially feel like a loss or a setback is often the process of shedding old limitations to make room for new growth. The illusion of the challenge fades as you step into the realization that you are not a victim of circumstance, but a co-creator of your reality. In navigating challenges, your inner world becomes the most critical battlefield. The thoughts you entertain, the beliefs you hold, and the emotions you nurture all play a role in shaping your experience. When you choose to see challenges as illusions, you reclaim your power to reshape them. You are no longer bound by their apparent weight or size. Instead, you rise above them using the tools of faith, imagination, and persistence to dissolve their hold over you. Challenges are not here to defeat you, they are here to awaken you. They remind you of your divine nature, your boundless potential, and the infinite wisdom of the Creator's plan. When you see them for what they truly are, temporary illusions meant to guide and grow you, you approach them with confidence, curiosity, and grace. You no longer resist them or fear them, but embrace them as opportunities to evolve into the person you were always meant to be. Within you lies a seed, already planted, already infused with divine intention, carrying the full potential of what you are meant to become. This seed is the essence of your desires, your dreams, and your purpose. It was placed within you by the Creator before you even became aware of it, and it contains everything necessary for its growth and fulfillment. Yet, like any seed, its unfolding depends on your belief, your attention, and your willingness to nurture it. The seed does not require your effort to create it. It is already there. It does not need you to force its growth, for growth is its inherent nature. What it needs is the right environment, the conditions that allow it to flourish. This is your role, to create the mental and emotional atmosphere in which the seed can thrive. Faith is the sunlight that nourishes it, your imagination is the fertile soil that surrounds it, and your actions are the water that sustains its progress. Without these elements, the seed may remain dormant, not because it lacks potential, but because it awaits your participation. The beauty of this seed is that it carries within it the full blueprint of your destiny. Just as an oak tree is already contained within the acorn, your greatest achievements and highest purpose are already present within you. There is nothing you need to add to it, no external force that can make it more complete. It is perfect in its design, and its growth is assured when you align yourself with the natural process of manifestation. Doubt is the greatest threat to the seed's growth. When you allow fear or uncertainty to dominate your thoughts, you withhold the sunlight and nourishment it needs. Doubt tells you that the seed may not exist, that your desires are too big, too impossible, or too far away. But the truth is that the seed was planted with divine certainty. Its existence is not in question. The only question is whether you will choose to believe in its presence and act accordingly. Faith is not blind, it is a profound knowing that the seed will grow, even when you cannot yet see its form. When you plant a seed in the ground, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You trust the process, knowing that beneath the surface, life is stirring, roots are spreading, and the first shoots will appear in their perfect time. In the same way, you must trust the seed within you. Its growth may not always be visible, but it is constant and inevitable. Your imagination plays a crucial role in this process. It is the soil in which the seed is planted, and its richness determines the quality of the growth. When you imagine your desires as already fulfilled, you create an environment where the seed can flourish. Every thought of abundance, joy, and success adds nutrients to the soil, while thoughts of lack and limitation deplete it. Guard your imagination carefully, for it is the medium through which the seed receives its nourishment. Action is another vital component. While the seed grows in its own time, your inspired actions provide the water that sustains it. These actions need not be grand or perfect, they only need to be aligned with your belief in the seed's existence. Each step you take, no matter how small, signals your faith in the process and your readiness to receive the fruit of your efforts. Even in moments of doubt, taking action reaffirms your commitment and keeps the energy flowing toward growth. Patience is essential, for the seed does not grow on your timetable but on the Creator's. What may seem like a delay is often a period of preparation, a time when the roots are growing deeper to support the greatness that will emerge. Trust that the process is unfolding exactly as it should, even when you cannot yet see the evidence. The seed's growth is inevitable, as long as you remain faithful and consistent in your nurturing. The seed is also resilient. It does not lose its potential because of temporary neglect or adverse conditions. Even when you falter, when doubt clouds your mind or fear takes hold, the seed remains. It waits patiently for you to return, to resume your role as its caretaker. This is the grace of the Creator's design. No matter how many times you stumble, the seed is still there, ready to grow the moment you align yourself with its purpose. The seed is a reminder of the divine partnership in your life. The Creator plants the seed, but it is through your belief, imagination, and action that it comes to fruition. The seed's existence is a promise, a guarantee that everything you desire, everything you are meant to be, is already within you. You do not need to strive to create it, you only need to trust the process and nurture its growth. When you align yourself with this truth, the seed will grow effortlessly, and its fruit will manifest as the fulfillment of your greatest dreams. Time is one of the most profound tools of the Creator, a silent force that shapes, reveals, and refines. It is not your enemy, though it may sometimes feel like it. Instead, it is the mechanism through which the divine plan unfolds in perfect sequence. Every second, every moment, every delay, and every acceleration serves a purpose that aligns with the grand design for your life. When you understand time as a tool of God, you begin to see it not as something to fight against or escape from, but as an essential part of the journey. Human impatience often causes us to misinterpret time. We want results now, manifestations immediately, and changes without delay. But the Creator does not operate on the calendar of human desires. Time serves as the weaver of events, ensuring that everything comes together in harmony. It is not random or wasted. Every moment is purposeful, preparing the ground for what is to come. Even when you cannot see its work, time is shaping you, building the foundation, and aligning circumstances so that what is meant for you arrives exactly when it should. In the rush to achieve or receive, it is easy to overlook the value of waiting. Yet, waiting is not a passive state, it is an active period of preparation. When a farmer plants a seed, they do not demand that it sprout instantly. They trust in the natural process, understanding that growth requires time. Similarly, the Creator uses time to cultivate your character, strengthen your faith, and align your desires with your readiness to receive them. What feels like a delay is often a period of unseen progress, where the roots of your destiny are taking hold beneath the surface. Time also serves as a mirror, reflecting back to you the state of your inner world. If you approach it with anxiety or impatience, it feels heavy and burdensome. If you embrace it with trust and faith, it becomes a gift, revealing its treasures in every moment. The Creator uses time to teach you patience, to show you that the process is as important as the outcome. In the waiting, you learn to let go of control, to surrender your timeline to the divine timing that is always perfect. Faith is the bridge that allows you to navigate time with grace. When you trust that the Creator's plan is already in motion, you stop resisting the flow of time and start aligning with it. You understand that what you desire is not being withheld, but is being prepared. The journey through time is not a test of endurance, but a process of unfolding. Each moment brings you closer to the realization of your dreams, as long as you remain steadfast in your belief and committed to your role in the manifestation. Time also reveals what is truly important. It strips away distractions, clarifies priorities, and shows you what is worth waiting for. In moments of frustration or doubt, time teaches you to discern between fleeting desires and the deep, lasting fulfillment that only the Creator can provide. It aligns you with the rhythm of life, reminding you that the most meaningful things often require patience and perseverance. Even when time seems to move slowly, it is never stagnant. Like a river, it flows continuously, carrying you toward your destination. The Creator uses time to orchestrate events, align people and circumstances, and prepare you for what lies ahead. What appears to be a delay is often a necessary pause, ensuring that you are ready to step into your purpose when the moment arrives. The key is to trust the process, to know that time is not working against you but for you. The challenges you face along the way are also part of time's purpose. They are not obstacles to your progress but tools of refinement. Time allows you to grow through these challenges, to develop the strength, wisdom, and resilience needed to fulfill your destiny. Without the passage of time, you would not have the space to evolve, to learn, or to become the person you are meant to be. The Creator uses time to shape you, like a sculptor shaping a masterpiece, ensuring that every detail is perfect. There is great peace in surrendering to the truth that time is God's tool. When you release the need to control or rush the process, you open yourself to the flow of divine timing. You begin to see every moment as valuable, every delay as purposeful, and every challenge as an opportunity for growth. You stop striving and start trusting, knowing that the Creator's plan is unfolding exactly as it should. Time is not your adversary, it is your ally. It is the medium through which the Creator brings your dreams into reality. Trust in its purpose, embrace its lessons, and align yourself with its flow. In doing so, you will come to understand that everything you desire is already on its way, and that the journey through time is as much a part of the blessing as the destination itself. Within every individual lies a quiet yet powerful force, inner conviction. This is the deep, unshakable knowing that transcends logic, circumstances, and the opinions of others. It is the compass given to you by the Creator, pointing you toward your true path, guiding your every step, and reassuring you even in the face of doubt and difficulty. Inner conviction is the voice of your higher self, the essence of divine wisdom within you. It whispers truths that the outer world often drowns out with its clamor. To live in alignment with this inner conviction is to trust in the unseen, to choose faith over fear, and to prioritize your authentic desires over the fleeting opinions of the world. The outer world is noisy, filled with voices that attempt to tell you who you are, what you should want, and how you should live. These voices come in many forms: social expectations, cultural norms, the judgments of others, and even your own conditioned fears. If you allow these external influences to guide your decisions, you risk losing sight of your true self and the unique path that has been laid out for you. Outer noise is often rooted in limitation, fear, and the belief in scarcity. It distracts you from your innate power and the divine connection that assures you of your ability to create and manifest. Inner conviction, however, is not swayed by these external influences. It remains steady and unchanging, grounded in the truth of who you are and the vision of what you are meant to become. When you tune into this conviction, you realize that the answers you seek are already within you. The Creator has placed within you all the guidance you need, encoded into your desires and your intuitive sense of what is right for you. This inner knowing is your compass, and it always points you toward your highest good. Listening to your inner conviction requires courage. It asks you to turn away from the crowd, to ignore the voices of doubt, and to trust in something that cannot always be seen or explained. The outer world may try to convince you that your dreams are too big, your path too unconventional, or your vision too unrealistic. But inner conviction knows better. It knows that the Creator does not place desires in your heart without also providing the means to fulfill them. When you trust in your inner conviction, you align yourself with this divine promise. Outer noise thrives on comparison. It urges you to measure your worth against others, to chase after what society deems valuable, and to conform to expectations that may not align with your true self. But inner conviction reminds you that your journey is uniquely yours. You are not here to replicate someone else's path or to meet external standards. You are here to live authentically, to honor your individual calling, and to express the fullness of who you are. The more you tune into your inner conviction, the less power outer noise has over you. Inner conviction also brings clarity. When you are grounded in this inner knowing, you can navigate life's challenges with confidence and peace. You are no longer swayed by temporary setbacks or the shifting opinions of others. You recognize that these are merely distractions, not determinants of your destiny. Your inner conviction allows you to see beyond the surface, to trust in the bigger picture, and to stay focused on what truly matters. It is the anchor that keeps you steady in the storm. The process of strengthening your inner conviction begins with stillness. In the quiet, away from the noise of the world, you can hear the voice of your higher self. Through practices like meditation, prayer, or reflective journaling, you reconnect with this inner source of wisdom. As you cultivate this connection, you become more attuned to your intuition and more confident in your ability to discern your path. You learn to trust your inner voice over the external noise, and this trust becomes the foundation of your strength. Action is also a key component of living by inner conviction. It is not enough to hear the call of your inner voice, you must also act on it. Each time you make a decision that aligns with your inner conviction, you strengthen your connection to it. You prove to yourself that you are capable of trusting in your own wisdom, and this trust grows over time. Even small steps taken in alignment with your inner conviction have the power to transform your life and move you closer to your dreams. Inner conviction is a reflection of your relationship with the Creator. It is the channel through which divine guidance flows, the means by which you align yourself with your highest good. When you prioritize your inner conviction over outer noise, you honor this sacred connection. You affirm your faith in the Creator's plan for your life, and you step into the fullness of your power as a co-creator of your reality. Living by inner conviction is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It requires faith, courage, and a willingness to trust in the unseen. Yet when you do, you discover a sense of peace and purpose that outer noise can never provide. You realize that you are not defined by the opinions of others or the limitations of the world, but by the divine potential within you. And in this realization, you find the freedom to be truly, unapologetically yourself. Victory is assured. This is not a statement of mere hope or optimism. It is truth rooted in the divine order of the universe. The Creator does not work in uncertainty, and neither should you. When a purpose is planted within your heart, the outcome is already determined. The path to fulfillment may twist and turn, and challenges may arise, but the end is inevitable triumph. The seeds of your success were sown the moment the vision took root in your mind, for the Creator does not plant ideas without the means to bring them to fruition. To grasp this truth, you must first understand that victory is not something you earn through relentless striving. It is something you align with through faith and action. The outcome exists before you begin. Imagine a sculptor who sees the masterpiece within the block of stone before they lift a chisel. The work of removing the excess is necessary, but the vision is already complete in the sculptor's mind. Similarly, your success is already established in the mind of the Creator. Your role is not to create the victory, but to reveal it through trust, perseverance, and alignment with the divine will. Many struggle to accept that their victory is assured because they measure progress by external signs. They look to the world for validation, expecting immediate results to confirm their efforts. But true victory begins within. It starts with an unshakable belief in the inevitability of your success, regardless of what your current circumstances may suggest. This is the essence of faith: to see the unseen, to claim the outcome before it materializes, and to act as though the victory is already yours. Faith transforms challenges into stepping stones, not barriers, and keeps you moving forward even when the path is unclear. The road to assured victory often involves trials that test your commitment and resilience. These trials are not signs of failure but essential parts of the journey. They serve to refine you, to strengthen your character, and to prepare you for the responsibilities that come with success. The Creator uses challenges to shape you into the person you need to become to fully embrace the victory that awaits you. Each setback is a lesson, each delay a moment of preparation. When you view obstacles through this lens, they lose their power to discourage you. Instead, they become evidence that the process is working, that you are being equipped for the greatness that lies ahead. Doubt is the greatest enemy of assured victory. It creeps in when results are delayed, when challenges arise, or when the voices of others question your path. But doubt is nothing more than a shadow, a temporary illusion that cannot withstand the light of your faith. To overcome doubt, you must remain anchored in the truth of your assured victory. Speak it aloud, affirm it daily, and remind yourself of the vision that was placed within you. The Creator does not abandon what He begins. If the desire exists within you, so too does the power to achieve it. Victory is also a state of being, not just an end result. When you live with the knowledge that your success is inevitable, you begin to carry yourself differently. Your actions are bold, your words confident, and your energy magnetic. You stop chasing success and start attracting it. This shift in perspective allows you to enjoy the journey, knowing that the destination is certain. You find joy in the process, peace in the waiting, and strength in the face of challenges. You are no longer swayed by temporary setbacks or external opinions because your inner conviction is rooted in a higher truth. It is important to remember that assured victory does not mean the absence of effort. Faith without action is incomplete. Your role is to align your thoughts, words, and deeds with the victory you seek. This alignment creates a powerful synergy with the divine forces at work, accelerating the manifestation of your success. When you act as though the victory is already yours, you open the doors for it to manifest in ways you cannot predict or control. The Creator works through your efforts, using them to bring the unseen into reality. Assured victory also requires gratitude. Gratitude is a declaration of trust in the process, a recognition that the outcome is already unfolding in your favor. When you give thanks for the victory before it arrives, you affirm your belief in its inevitability. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is possible, and this shift creates an environment where success can flourish. The Creator responds to gratitude by multiplying blessings, turning even the smallest victories into stepping stones for greater achievements. Your victory is assured because it is not dependent on the changing tides of the world, but on the unchanging nature of the Creator. What has been decreed cannot be undone, and what has been promised will come to pass. Your role is to trust, to act, and to align yourself with this divine truth. When you do, you will find that victory is not something you must chase, it is something you simply step into. It is waiting for you, as certain as the sunrise, ready to be claimed. All you need to do is believe. In the grand design of life, every vision, every desire, and every purpose placed within your heart is a promise from the Creator. It is not a mere possibility, but a certainty waiting for you to align with it through faith, action, and unwavering trust. Challenges are but illusions, time is a tool, and the journey is as divine as the destination. Your role is not to strive in doubt, but to rest in the assurance that the victory is already yours, carved into the fabric of the universe. The truth of your inner conviction, the quiet voice of faith within you, is your compass. Let it guide you, let it embolden you, and let it remind you that no noise of the outer world can disrupt what the Creator has ordained. Trust in the divine timing, in the perfection of the process, and in the certainty of your triumph. As you walk this path, remember that every step is taking you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. Thank you for embracing these truths and for taking the time to connect with the divine wisdom within you. May your journey be filled with clarity, strength, and the unwavering certainty of your assured victory. Let us begin with a truth that often goes unnoticed. Life does not happen to us, it happens through us. The world you see, the circumstances you face, and the life you lead are not imposed upon you, they are reflections of what you carry within. When I realized this, everything changed. Today I want to share 5 transformative habits that reshaped my existence. They may seem simple, but their impact is profound. In the quiet recesses of your mind lies a force so powerful, it shapes the very fabric of your existence. This force is your inner conversation, the ceaseless dialogue you hold with yourself day in and day out. Many people overlook it, dismissing it as mere thoughts or fleeting whispers, yet it is the architect of your reality. Every word, every feeling, and every belief you silently entertain within yourself is creating the world you experience. To understand the power of inner conversations is to grasp the key to transforming your life. Your inner dialogue is not idle chatter. It is the blueprint of your destiny, what you continuously affirm to yourself, whether consciously or unconsciously, manifests as the circumstances of your life. If you often think, "I am not good enough," the world will echo this sentiment, presenting situations and people that reinforce your belief. Conversely, if your inner speech is filled with confidence and conviction, saying, "I am deserving of the best," life will reflect that, providing opportunities and blessings in alignment with this truth. To grasp the magnitude of this, consider the principle of self-concept. The way you see yourself determines what you allow into your life. If you believe yourself to be capable, worthy, and abundant, you open the door to those experiences. Your inner conversation acts as a guard at this door, filtering what can and cannot enter. This is why mastering the dialogue within is paramount. It is the key to shifting your self-concept and by extension your reality. But why does this inner dialogue have such power? The answer lies in the fact that your subconscious mind is always listening. It takes every word, every feeling, and every thought you impress upon it and works tirelessly to bring it to fruition. The subconscious does not argue, debate, or question. It accepts as truth whatever you repeatedly tell it. If your inner speech is filled with complaints, doubts, and fears, the subconscious will faithfully reproduce these in your life. But if you affirm positivity, success, and joy, it will just as faithfully bring those into being. The good news is that you have the ability to change your inner conversation at any moment. You are not bound by the scripts of your past. The stories you tell yourself today have the power to overwrite the ones that no longer serve you. This requires deliberate effort and awareness. Begin by observing your inner speech. What are you telling yourself in moments of quiet? Are your thoughts aligned with the life you want to create, or are they sabotaging your desires? This simple act of observation can reveal patterns that you might not have been aware of before. Once you become conscious of your inner dialogue, the next step is to take control of it. This is not about forcing yourself into blind positivity, but about intentionally directing your thoughts in alignment with your goals and aspirations. Let's start by affirming what you wish to be true. If you desire confidence, repeatedly tell yourself, "I am confident, I am capable, I am strong." Say it not as a wish, but as a fact. The words must carry conviction, because your subconscious responds to the feeling behind the words, not just the words themselves. The power of inner conversations also lies in their persistence. It is not enough to affirm something once and expect miraculous change. Your inner speech must become a habit, a consistent thread running through your daily life. This is not as difficult as it may seem. Every moment you catch yourself slipping into negative or limiting thoughts, replace them with affirmations of your desired state. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and your subconscious begins to reflect these new patterns. It is important to note that your inner conversation does not operate in isolation. It is deeply intertwined with your emotions and beliefs. Words spoken without feeling or belief carry little weight. This is why imagination and visualization are powerful companions to your inner dialogue. When you affirm something, pair it with a vivid mental image of that truth. For instance, if you are affirming abundance, imagine yourself living in that state, perhaps walking through your dream home, enjoying financial freedom, or feeling the deep peace that comes with security. By doing this, you impress the idea more deeply into your subconscious. Resistance is a common challenge in mastering inner conversations. Doubts may arise, especially if your current reality seems far removed from what you are affirming. This is where persistence becomes critical. Remember that your current circumstances are the result of past inner conversations. They are not permanent. By continuing to affirm your desired state, you are planting new seeds that will eventually blossom, replacing the old. Another crucial aspect of inner conversations is how they shape your interactions with the world. Your inner dialogue influences how you perceive others and how you respond to them. If you habitually think negatively about people or situations, you are likely to encounter more negativity in return. But if you choose to see the good, to affirm harmony and understanding, you will find your relationships transforming for the better. The transformation brought about by mastering your inner conversation is not limited to one area of life. It touches everything: your health, your relationships, your career, and your sense of purpose. When you take control of your inner dialogue, you reclaim your power as the creator of your life. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances or other people. Instead, you become the deliberate architect of your experience, shaping your world with every thought and word. Inner conversations are the bridge between your inner world and the outer world. They are the silent force that governs what you attract, what you repel, and what you become. To master them is to master your life. Life from the end is to dwell mentally in the state of your fulfilled desire, as though it were already a fact. It is a practice of seeing the world not as it is, but as you wish it to be. This approach is not about daydreaming or wishful thinking. It is about assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and living in harmony with that reality until it hardens into fact. At its core, living from the end is about alignment. It requires aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the life you desire to create. The principle is simple yet profound. You must be the person who already possesses what you seek. If you desire love, you must live as though you are already deeply loved. If you desire abundance, you must carry yourself with the confidence and ease of one who is financially free. This alignment is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about embodying the truth of your desired state so completely that it becomes inevitable. One of the greatest challenges in living from the end is transcending the evidence of the senses. The physical world constantly presents you with facts that may contradict your desires. Perhaps your bank account shows a balance far removed from abundance, or your current circumstances seem devoid of love, success, or health. Yet, to live from the end is to rise above these appearances. It is to understand that the outer world is but a shadow of your inner state. What you see now is merely the result of past thinking. To change your reality, you must first change your inner world. Living from the end is not a passive state. It is an active, deliberate practice. It begins in the mind with the power of imagination. Close your eyes and create a vivid mental picture of your fulfilled desire. See yourself in the scene of your ideal life. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Engage all your senses to make the experience as real as possible. For example, if your desire is to own a home, imagine yourself walking through its rooms, feeling the textures of the walls, hearing the echoes of your footsteps, and smelling the fresh paint. The more vivid and detailed your imagination, the more effectively you impress this vision upon your subconscious mind. But imagination alone is not enough. It must be accompanied by feeling. Feeling is the secret ingredient that gives life to your mental picture. Ask yourself, how would I feel if my desire were fulfilled? Would you feel joy, peace, gratitude, or relief? Whatever the emotion, allow yourself to experience it fully in the present moment. This feeling is not a reaction to external circumstances, but an internal state that you generate. By consistently feeling the emotions of your fulfilled desire, you condition your subconscious to accept this reality as true. Living from the end also requires a deep trust in the unseen. You may not know how or when your desire will manifest, and that is perfectly fine. The how is not your concern. It is the domain of infinite intelligence, the creative power that governs the universe. Your role is to assume the end, to dwell in the state of your fulfilled desire, and to trust that the path will reveal itself. This trust is not a blind faith, but a knowing, a conviction that the unseen forces of life are working in your favor. Another important aspect of living from the end is consistency. You cannot waver between the state of fulfillment and the state of lack. Doing so sends mixed signals to your subconscious and delays the manifestation of your desire. Instead, make a firm decision to live from the end, regardless of external appearances. This does not mean denying reality or ignoring your current responsibilities. It means holding steadfastly to your vision and aligning your inner state with it at all times. Living from the end also transforms the way you interact with the world. When you carry yourself as someone who already possesses what they desire, you exude a sense of confidence and assurance that others can feel. This energy attracts opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that align with your vision. People respond to the state you embody, often without even realizing it. By living from the end, you become a magnet for the very things you seek. There is also a profound sense of peace that comes with this practice. When you live from the end, you no longer feel the need to struggle, chase, or force outcomes. You know that your desire is already yours, and you rest in that knowing. This does not mean you sit idle. On the contrary, you take inspired action that aligns with your vision. But these actions come from a place of confidence and flow, not desperation or fear. As you continue to live from the end, you may notice subtle changes in your life. Opportunities arise seemingly out of nowhere, obstacles dissolve, and people begin to treat you differently. These are not coincidences. They are the natural result of your inner shift. The world is a mirror, and as you change within, the reflection must change as well. The beauty of living from the end is that it places the power firmly in your hands. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, reacting to life as it unfolds. Instead, you become the creator of your experience, shaping your reality with every thought, feeling, and action. This realization is liberating. It reminds you that you are not at the mercy of life, you are the master of it. Gratitude is more than a fleeting emotion or a polite thank you in passing. It is a transformative state of being, a way of seeing the world through the lens of abundance rather than lack. Practicing daily gratitude opens a doorway to a richer, fuller life. It shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do, from what is missing to what is already present. Gratitude, when cultivated consistently, becomes a powerful force that shapes your reality, harmonizing your inner state with the limitless blessings of the universe. To begin with, gratitude transforms perception. What you focus on grows in your awareness. When you deliberately practice gratitude, you train your mind to see the good in every situation, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. This practice rewires your brain, creating new neural pathways that make positivity your default perspective. Imagine waking each morning with a heart full of thanks for simply being alive. The air you breathe, the light streaming through your window, the sound of birds outside, these are not mere details, they are gifts. When you start your day with this mindset, you set the tone for positivity to flow through everything you do. Daily gratitude is also a form of acknowledgement. It recognizes the interconnectedness of life and the countless ways in which you are supported. From the food on your table to the people who enrich your life, gratitude is a way of saying, I see the abundance around me and I honor it. This acknowledgement not only deepens your appreciation but also strengthens your connection to the source of all creation, reinforcing the flow of blessings into your life. The act of expressing gratitude is equally transformative. Whether you write it down in a journal, speak it aloud, or silently reflect, the practice anchors you in the present moment. Gratitude pulls you out of the endless cycle of worry about the future or regret over the past. It grounds you in the now, where all your power resides. In this moment, as you give thanks, you align yourself with the vibration of abundance, creating a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. One of the most profound aspects of gratitude is its ability to transform challenges into opportunities. Life is not without its trials, but even in adversity, there is something to be grateful for. Challenges often carry hidden lessons, pushing you to grow, to reevaluate, and to rise stronger than before. Gratitude in these moments is not about denying the difficulty, but about finding the silver lining, the strength, the resilience, the clarity that arises from the storm. By being grateful for the lessons, you transcend the pain and align yourself with the wisdom it brings. Daily gratitude also impacts your relationships. When you consistently express appreciation for the people in your life, you strengthen the bonds that connect you. Gratitude shifts your focus from their flaws to their gifts, fostering empathy and understanding. So, imagine the impact of telling someone, I'm so grateful for how you support me, or thank you for being a part of my life. These simple words can deepen trust, heal rifts, and nurture love in ways that are truly profound. On a larger scale, gratitude amplifies manifestation. When you express thanks for what you already have, you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude is like a magnet, it attracts more of what you appreciate. By focusing on your blessings, you create an energetic state that draws similar vibrations into your life. Now, this is not merely a spiritual concept, but a psychological truth. When you focus on abundance, you notice more opportunities, act with greater confidence, and make choices that align with your desired reality. The beauty of daily gratitude lies in its simplicity. You don't need elaborate rituals or grand gestures to practice it. Begin with small moments. Thank your body for carrying you through the day. Appreciate the warmth of your morning coffee, or cherish the kind words of a friend. As you make gratitude a habit, you'll find it spilling over into all aspects of your life. It becomes second nature, a steady undercurrent of appreciation that colors every thought and action. Gratitude also nurtures inner peace. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you free yourself from the grip of comparison and envy. Gratitude dissolves the need for external validation, replacing it with a sense of contentment and self-assurance. You no longer measure your worth by what others possess, because you recognize the unique blessings in your own life. This inner peace radiates outward, influencing how you interact with the world and inviting more harmony into your experience. Even in the darkest moments, gratitude can be your anchor. It is the light that guides you through uncertainty, the compass that keeps you aligned with your true self. When life feels overwhelming, take a moment to pause and reflect, what can I be grateful for right now? It might be as simple as the breath in your lungs or the hope that sustains you. This shift in focus can bring clarity and calm, reminding you that even in chaos, there is something to hold on to. As you cultivate daily gratitude, you may find your heart expanding. Gratitude opens you to the fullness of life, revealing beauty and abundance in places you once overlooked. It creates a sense of wholeness, a recognition that you are supported, guided, and blessed in ways both seen and unseen. This is the power of gratitude. It not only transforms your inner world, but also shapes the outer reality to reflect the abundance you carry within. Imagination is the workshop of creation. It is the invisible force that shapes your reality, the bridge between the unseen world of thought and the tangible realm of experience. Yet, imagination is often left untamed, wandering aimlessly, reacting to the circumstances around it, rather than directing the course of life. Intentional imagination is the deliberate practice of shaping your inner world to align with the life you wish to live. It is the conscious act of creating, through thought and feeling, the reality you desire. To engage in intentional imagination is to recognize the power you hold as the architect of your own experience. Every thought you dwell upon, every image you vividly create in your mind, sets a process in motion. The universe responds not to what you want, but to who you are being in thought and feeling. This is why intentional imagination is so transformative. It allows you to step into the role of creator, consciously directing your mental energy toward the fulfillment of your desires. The first step in harnessing intentional imagination is clarity. You must know what you want. Without a clear vision, your imagination cannot act with purpose. This clarity is not about setting rigid goals or obsessing over specifics. It is about identifying the essence of your desire. Ask yourself, what is the feeling I seek? Is it joy, love, freedom, abundance, or peace? Once you understand the core of your desire, you can begin to craft a mental scene that embodies it. This is where imagination becomes intentional. Close your eyes and step into the world of your fulfilled desire. Create a vivid mental picture of the life you want to live. Engage all your senses, see the colors, hear the sounds, feel the textures, and even smell the air. For example, if your desire is to live in a beautiful home, imagine yourself walking through it. Run your hands along the walls, feel the warmth of the sunlight streaming through the windows, and listen to the echo of your footsteps on the floor. Make it real in your mind, so much so that your body begins to respond as though it were physically present. But imagination alone is not enough. It must be fueled by emotion. Feeling is the secret ingredient that breathes life into your mental images. Ask yourself, how would I feel if my desire were already fulfilled? Would you feel joyful, grateful, relieved, or excited? Whatever the feeling, allow it to rise within you as you immerse yourself in the scene. This emotional charge is what impresses your vision upon your subconscious mind, setting the creative process into motion. Intentional imagination requires discipline. It is not enough to visualize your desire once and hope for the best. You must make it a daily practice, a consistent effort to dwell in the state of your wish fulfilled. This is not about forcing or straining. It is about gently redirecting your thoughts whenever they stray. If doubt arises, remind yourself that the inner world is the true reality, and that what you imagine with conviction will eventually harden into fact. This practice is deeply personal. It is not about convincing others of your vision or seeking validation from the outside world. Intentional imagination is a private communion with your inner self, a sacred space where you shape the life you wish to lead. Protect this space and let no one disturb it with skepticism or negativity. Your imagination is your sanctuary, the place where all things are possible. As you continue to practice intentional imagination, you may notice subtle changes in your life. Opportunities may arise unexpectedly, challenges may resolve themselves, and people may treat you differently. These shifts are not coincidences, they are the natural result of the inner work you are doing. The world is a mirror, reflecting the state of your mind. When you change within, the outer reality must follow. Intentional imagination also cultivates a deep sense of trust. You may not know how or when your desire will manifest, but you trust that it will. This trust is not passive, it is an active, unwavering confidence in the creative process. You know that the same power that created the stars and the oceans resides within you, and it is working on your behalf. This trust allows you to let go of the need to control and instead focus on the joy of creation. Intentional imagination is an act of self-love. By envisioning and feeling into the life you desire, you affirm that you are worthy of it. You declare to yourself and the universe that you deserve to live a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. This self-affirmation is the foundation upon which your dreams are built, and it is the key to unlocking the limitless potential within you. The first step in cultivating the discipline of focus is to understand its value. Your attention is your most precious resource. Where you direct it determines the quality of your experiences and the trajectory of your life. Imagine a beam of sunlight concentrated through a magnifying glass. It can ignite a flame. Similarly, when your focus is concentrated, it can ignite profound transformation, turning vague desires into concrete realities. Yet focus is not merely about effort, it is about intention. To focus effectively, you must know what you want. Without a clear purpose, focus becomes aimless, like a ship without a rudder. This is why clarity is the foundation of focus. Take the time to define your goals, whether they are related to personal growth, professional achievement, or spiritual fulfillment. Write them down, visualize them, and reflect on why they matter to you. This clarity will serve as your anchor, keeping you steady amidst the distractions of daily life. One of the greatest challenges to focus is the constant barrage of external distractions. Notifications, social media, endless to-do lists, these are the enemies of deep focus. To overcome them, you must create an environment that supports your discipline. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Designate specific times for checking emails or messages, and eliminate clutter from your physical and digital spaces. These small changes signal to your mind that you are serious about your focus, allowing you to dive deeper into the tasks that matter most. The discipline of focus also requires prioritization. Not everything deserves your attention. To focus deeply, you must be willing to say no to distractions, even those that seem urgent but are not truly important. This may mean declining invitations, postponing tasks, or stepping back from obligations that do not align with your goals. Remember, every no to something unimportant is a yes to what truly matters. Another key to cultivating focus is managing your energy. Focus is not just a mental act, it is deeply connected to your physical and emotional state. A well-rested, nourished, and calm mind can focus more effectively than a fatigued or stressed one. Prioritize self-care, exercise, and mindfulness practices to keep your energy levels high. Recognize that focus is a finite resource. Work in focused intervals, taking breaks to recharge before diving back in. The practice of single tasking is a powerful way to strengthen your focus. In a culture that glorifies multitasking, single tasking is a radical act of discipline. When you give your full attention to one task at a time, you not only complete it more efficiently, but also with greater quality. Single tasking trains your brain to remain engaged, building the neural pathways that support sustained focus over time. Focus also thrives on rhythm. Establishing routines and rituals creates a structure that supports your discipline. Whether it's dedicating the first hour of your day to a specific task, meditating before starting work, or setting aside time for reflection, these practices help your mind settle into a rhythm of productivity. Over time, these rituals become second nature, reducing the effort required to maintain focus. The discipline of focus is about aligning your inner and outer worlds. When your thoughts, actions, and environment are all directed toward a common purpose, focus becomes effortless. It is not something you force, but something you embody, a natural state of alignment with your highest intentions. In this state, distractions lose their power, and your energy is fully available for the life you are consciously creating. Letting go is not about losing, it is about freeing yourself. It is the gentle art of releasing what no longer serves you, whether it is an idea, a belief, an emotion, or a situation. The habit of letting go is one of the most liberating practices you can cultivate, for it clears the space within you for new possibilities to emerge. It is not an act of resignation, but an act of empowerment and acknowledgement that clinging to what is no longer aligned with your growth only holds you back. To understand letting go, one must first confront attachment. As humans, we have a natural tendency to hold on to people, memories, expectations, and outcomes. These attachments give us a sense of security, a feeling of control. Yet often, they become the very chains that bind us. They weigh us down, cloud our vision, and keep us rooted in the past or fixated on the future, unable to fully embrace the present. Letting go begins with awareness. What are you holding on to? Perhaps it is a past hurt, a relationship that has run its course, a mistake you cannot forgive yourself for, or a dream that no longer resonates with who you are becoming. Take a moment to observe these attachments without judgment. The first step to releasing them is recognizing their presence. The habit of letting go is not about forcing yourself to forget or ignore, it is about acceptance. Acceptance does not mean you condone what happened or deny its impact. Rather, it means you acknowledge it without resistance. You say, yes, this is part of my journey, and in doing so, you strip it of its power over you. Acceptance is the doorway to freedom. One of the most profound aspects of letting go is understanding that holding on does not preserve the past or guarantee the future. It only robs you of the present. Think of your life as a flowing river. To cling to a rock in the middle of that river, refusing to move, is to resist the natural current. The river will continue to flow, but you will be stuck, exhausted by the effort to stay in place. Letting go is like releasing the rock and allowing yourself to flow freely with the river's course. Emotions often anchor our attachments. We hold on to anger, resentment, fear, or grief, believing that releasing them diminishes our experiences or leaves us vulnerable. Yet the opposite is true. To let go of these emotions is to honor them fully and then set them free. This does not mean you suppress or deny your feelings. It means you feel them fully and allow them to pass through you, rather than taking up permanent residence in your heart. The habit of letting go also extends to expectations. How often do we find ourselves frustrated because life does not unfold as we had planned? Expectations, when rigid, become traps. They box us into a narrow view of what should be, blinding us to the opportunities and beauty of what is. Letting go of expectations does not mean you stop desiring or dreaming. It means you release the need to control how and when those desires manifest. It is an act of trust, a belief that life is unfolding in perfect order, even if you cannot see it in the moment. Letting go requires courage. It is not always easy to release what has been a part of you, even if it causes you pain. But courage grows with practice. Start small. Let go of a minor irritation, a grudge from yesterday, or an expectation about how your day will unfold. Notice the relief, the lightness that comes with this act. Over time, you will find the strength to let go of bigger things, relationships, fears, or dreams that no longer align with your highest self. Cultivating the habit of letting go also involves forgiveness, not just of others, but of yourself. Holding on to guilt or shame weighs you down, keeping you trapped in cycles of self-judgment. Forgiveness is not about excusing your actions or those of others. It is about releasing the hold they have on your heart. It is about saying, I free myself from this burden, and allowing the healing process to begin. Letting go is not a one-time act, but a daily practice. Life constantly presents us with opportunities to release old stories, unhelpful habits, or the illusion of control. With each act of letting go, you create space within yourself. This space is not emptiness, it is potential. It is the fertile ground where new ideas, relationships, and experiences can take root. In this practice, trust becomes your anchor. Trust in yourself, in the process of life, and in the infinite intelligence that guides all things. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by, and what is not meant for you will fade away. This trust allows you to let go with grace, knowing that every ending is also a beginning. So, the beauty of the habit of letting go is that it aligns you with the natural rhythms of life. Seasons change, tides ebb and flow, and so too must we. By embracing this truth, you step into harmony with the world around you, no longer resisting change but moving with it. This is where freedom lives, not in clinging to what was or grasping for what might be, but in the willingness to let go and trust the unfolding journey. In the stillness of quiet reflection lies a power that cannot be overstated. It is within moments of silence that clarity is born, insights arise, and the soul finds its voice. Quiet reflection is not just a pause, it is a profound act of connection, a moment where the outer noise is silenced and the inner truth is heard. In a world that rushes forward at an unrelenting pace, the habit of quiet reflection becomes a sanctuary, a sacred space where we realign with our deepest selves. Quiet reflection is also a time to reconnect with gratitude. Amid the hustle and challenges of daily life, it is easy to overlook the abundance that surrounds you. In reflection, you can pause to acknowledge the blessings, both big and small, that have graced your journey. Gratitude shifts your perspective, turning what you have into enough and what you experience into growth. It softens the edges of discontent and opens your heart to joy. Reflection invites you to explore your intentions. It is easy to act on autopilot, driven by routines and external expectations. But in quiet reflection, you can pause to ask, why am I doing this? What do I truly desire? These questions deepen your awareness, ensuring that your actions stem from authentic intention rather than unconscious habit. They guide you toward a life that is not just lived but lived meaningfully. The beauty of quiet reflection lies in its simplicity. You need no tools, no elaborate rituals, just yourself and a willingness to listen. Yet the simplicity of the practice does not diminish its depth. As you sit in stillness, you may find that the surface-level chatter of your mind begins to fade, revealing the deeper truths beneath. These truths are not always comfortable. They may challenge your assumptions, your beliefs, or your sense of identity. But they are necessary, for they illuminate the path forward. Quiet reflection also fosters resilience. Life's challenges often feel overwhelming because we lack the time or space to process them. In reflection, you can step back, gaining perspective on the difficulties you face. You can see them not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. Reflection allows you to acknowledge your emotions, understand their roots, and respond with clarity rather than reaction. It is a practice that strengthens your inner foundation, enabling you to face life's storms with grace. This practice is not limited to solitary moments. While quiet reflection often occurs in stillness and solitude, its effects ripple outward. As you cultivate awareness and insight, you bring a deeper presence to your relationships, work, and daily interactions. You become less reactive, more intentional, and more attuned to the needs of others. The peace you find within yourself becomes a gift you offer to the world. Quiet reflection is not about achieving a specific outcome. It is about being with what is. In a culture obsessed with productivity and results, this can feel counterintuitive. Yet the most profound transformations often arise not from striving but from simply being. Reflection creates a fertile ground where growth occurs naturally, where wisdom emerges not through effort but through awareness. As you integrate quiet reflection into your life, you may notice subtle yet profound changes. Your thoughts become clearer, your emotions more balanced, and your sense of purpose more defined. You begin to see connections where before there was chaos, opportunities where before there was challenge. Reflection is not a one-time event but a lifelong practice, one that deepens with time and enriches every aspect of your existence. In quiet reflection, you remember who you are. You reconnect with the still, small voice within, the voice that whispers truths that the noise of the world often drowns out. It is here, in this sacred space of silence, that you find your center, your anchor in the ever-changing currents of life. Faith is the cornerstone of all creation, not the wavering, uncertain kind of faith that questions its own validity at every turn, but an unwavering belief in the power within you to shape your reality. This faith is not rooted in external circumstances or fleeting emotions. It is anchored deep within your being, tied to the eternal truth that you are a creator, imbued with the ability to bring your desires into existence. This kind of faith is not passive, it is dynamic and active. It requires you to align your thoughts with what you desire, even when the evidence around you suggests otherwise. Imagine planting a seed in the soil. You do not see it sprout immediately, yet you water it, tend to it, and trust that it will grow. Faith in your power works the same way. You may not see the immediate results of your efforts, but you persist, knowing that unseen forces are at work to bring your vision to life. Unwavering faith is tested most during times of doubt and challenge. It is easy to believe in your power when life flows smoothly, but what about when obstacles arise? These moments are not punishments or signs of failure, they are opportunities to deepen your faith. Challenges are like the refining fire that purifies gold, strengthening your resolve and reminding you of the immense power you hold. Faith also requires patience. In a world that often demands instant results, it can be tempting to abandon your belief when things do not manifest as quickly as you would like. But true power lies in holding steadfast to your vision, trusting in divine timing. The universe operates on its own schedule, orchestrating events and circumstances in ways you cannot always see or understand. Unwavering faith means trusting that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if it looks like nothing is happening. One of the keys to cultivating unwavering faith in your power is quieting the noise of doubt. Doubt is the thief of creation, whispering fears and uncertainties into your mind. Yet doubt has no power over you unless you give it your attention. Instead of entertaining thoughts of lack or limitation, feed your faith with affirmations, visualizations, and gratitude. Focus on what you want, not on what you fear. Gratitude plays a pivotal role in strengthening your faith. When you express gratitude for what you have and for what is on its way, you align yourself with the energy of abundance and creation. Gratitude is more than an emotion, it is a powerful vibration that attracts more of what you desire into your life. By cultivating gratitude, you reinforce your belief that you are already the creator of your reality, and this strengthens your faith in your power. Faith is not blind optimism, it is a conscious decision to see beyond the surface. It is the ability to look at a barren field and see a flourishing garden, to face adversity and see it as a stepping stone to growth. Faith transforms obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into setups for something greater. When you hold unwavering faith in your power, you view life not as a series of random events, but as a perfectly orchestrated journey leading you toward your highest good. Faith in your power is also faith in the unseen. Much of what shapes our reality operates beneath the surface, beyond the reach of the physical senses. Just as you trust that the sun will rise each morning, or that the seasons will change, trust in the unseen forces working in your favor. This trust is not naive, it is the deepest form of wisdom, rooted in the understanding that the universe is always conspiring for your benefit. As you cultivate unwavering faith, you begin to notice the synchronicities and signs that confirm your inner power. A chance meeting, an unexpected opportunity, or a sudden inspiration, these are not coincidences but reflections of your faith in action. The more you trust in your power, the more life responds to that trust, aligning circumstances to match your inner state. In cultivating the habit of unwavering faith in your power, you awaken to the limitless potential that resides within you. Each thought, feeling, and belief becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of your reality, and with faith as your guide, you paint a life of intention and fulfillment. Challenges no longer intimidate you, they become opportunities to deepen your trust in the unseen forces working in your favor. Faith is not merely a belief but a way of being a steadfast, knowing that you are the creator of your experiences and that everything you desire is already within your reach. By nurturing this inner conviction with gratitude, patience and self-compassion, you align with the flow of life and unlock doors you once thought were closed. Thank you for embarking on this journey of self-discovery, for daring to trust in your power, and for stepping into the life that is waiting for you to claim it. The universe responds to your unwavering faith. Keep believing, keep trusting, and watch the extraordinary unfold. You must understand this one truth: you are the source of infinite worth. When someone chooses to walk away or dismisses your presence, they are not rejecting you, they are rejecting the gift you brought into their life. This gift, unique and irreplaceable, will not appear in the same form again. Your worth is not determined by the opinions, judgments, or validations of others. It is not shaped by the fleeting approval of those who fail to see your essence, nor is it tied to the temporary roles you play in their lives. Instead, your worth originates from within, a boundless reservoir of potential and uniqueness that only you can access. You are the creator of your worth, and its foundation lies in the way you perceive yourself. In every interaction, every relationship, and every decision you make, there exists a mirror reflecting how you view yourself. The world can only echo what you project outwardly. If you see yourself as small, undeserving, or incomplete, others will unconsciously mirror that belief back to you. But when you stand tall in the awareness of your inherent value, the world will shift in response. It is not arrogance to recognize your worth, it is an act of self-honor, a declaration to yourself and the universe that you are enough, just as you are. Too often, people surrender the authorship of their worth to external forces. They allow the praise or criticism of others to dictate how they feel about themselves. Yet, consider this: if the opinions of others can elevate you, they can also bring you crashing down. True power lies in detaching from such external influences and reclaiming your sense of self. No one knows the depth of your journey, the challenges you have overcome, or the light you bring to the world. Only you can truly grasp the magnitude of your worth, and only you can choose to embrace it fully. The act of creating your worth begins with your thoughts. The stories you tell yourself daily become the foundation upon which your value is built. If you repeat narratives of unworthiness, you reinforce a reality where you feel inadequate. But when you consciously affirm your worth, even in the face of doubt, you lay the groundwork for a life where you stand confidently in your power. Thoughts are seeds, and like any garden, the ones you nurture will flourish. Choose carefully what you plant in the soil of your mind. Your worth is also revealed in the boundaries you set. When you allow others to treat you in ways that diminish your value, you inadvertently signal that their behavior is acceptable. Boundaries are not acts of selfishness, they are declarations of self-respect. By honoring your limits, you teach others how to honor you. You show the world that you will not settle for less than what aligns with your sense of worth. It is crucial to understand that your worth is not tied to your achievements, possessions, or external markers of success. These things may enhance your experience, but they do not define you. Your worth exists simply because you exist. It is intrinsic and unchanging, regardless of circumstances. The more you internalize this truth, the less you will feel the need to prove yourself to others. When you create your worth from within, you become unshakable. Relationships no longer define your happiness, and setbacks no longer erode your confidence. You learn to walk away from people and situations that do not honor your value, not out of anger but from a place of self-respect. You no longer cling to what drains you, because you trust that your worth will attract what is meant for you. This realization transforms the way you move through the world. You begin to carry yourself differently, with a quiet assurance that does not need validation. Others will sense this energy, and they will either rise to meet you or fall away. Let them. The departure of those who cannot see your worth is not a loss but a clearing. It makes space for those who will honor and cherish you as you deserve. In creating your worth, you also inspire others to do the same. Your example becomes a beacon for those who have forgotten their own value. You show them what is possible when you embrace your uniqueness and stand firm in your truth. This ripple effect is one of the greatest gifts you can offer the world. Remember, you are not the reflection of what others think of you. You are the creator of your worth, a masterpiece in progress, constantly evolving and growing. Every step you take in embracing this truth strengthens the foundation of your self-esteem. No one can take that from you. So rise each day with the awareness that your worth is not something to be earned, it is something to be recognized and claimed. In doing so, you transform your life and the lives of those around you. You are the creator of your worth, and that is a power no one can ever diminish. The way you perceive yourself is the lens through which you view and interpret the world, and that perception shapes your reality in profound ways. Your thoughts about yourself act as a foundation upon which your experiences are built, influencing the choices you make, the opportunities you attract, and the relationships you nurture. When you truly understand this, you realize that the power to transform your life lies not in changing external circumstances, but in changing how you see yourself. Self-perception is not merely about how you feel in passing moments, it is a deeply ingrained belief system that dictates your actions and interactions. If you see yourself as limited, unworthy, or incapable, you unconsciously project those beliefs outward. These projections influence your behavior, causing you to shy away from opportunities, settle for less than you deserve, or allow others to treat you in ways that diminish your value. Conversely, when you perceive yourself as capable, deserving, and empowered, you radiate confidence and attract experiences that align with that belief. The connection between self-perception and reality is a powerful example of the mind's influence over life. Consider the placebo effect in medicine, where a patient's belief in a treatment's effectiveness can lead to genuine healing, even if the treatment itself has no active ingredients. Similarly, the belief you hold about yourself acts as a placebo for your life. When you believe you are capable, resilient, and deserving of success, you create an inner environment that fosters those outcomes. The influence of self-perception extends to the way you handle challenges and setbacks. If you see yourself as a victim of circumstances, difficulties will feel insurmountable, and you may succumb to feelings of helplessness. However, if you perceive yourself as resourceful and strong, even the most challenging situations become opportunities for growth. This shift in mindset can transform obstacles into stepping stones, allowing you to move forward with purpose and determination. Relationships are another area where self-perception plays a defining role. How you see yourself determines the types of relationships you attract and sustain. If you perceive yourself as unworthy of love or respect, you may tolerate unhealthy dynamics or settle for less than you deserve. On the other hand, a healthy self-perception enables you to set boundaries, communicate your needs, and attract people who honor and value you. The energy you bring to relationships is a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself, and others will often treat you accordingly. Opportunities in life are also deeply influenced by self-perception. When you see yourself as capable and deserving, you are more likely to pursue opportunities that align with your goals and passions. Confidence opens doors, not because the world is inherently fair, but because people respond to the energy of certainty and self-belief. On the contrary, if you doubt your abilities or worth, you may hesitate to take risks or accept opportunities, effectively closing doors before they even open. Once you become aware of limiting beliefs, you can begin to replace them with affirmations of your worth and potential. This process requires repetition and consistency, as new beliefs must be reinforced to take root. Surround yourself with environments, people, and experiences that uplift and support the perception of yourself that you wish to cultivate. The energy you allow into your life has a profound impact on how you see yourself and, in turn, on the reality you create. You are the architect of your reality, and self-perception is the blueprint. The beliefs you hold about yourself determine the quality of the life you build. When you choose to see yourself as capable, deserving, and empowered, you unlock a version of reality that reflects those truths. It is not the world that must change to fit your desires, it is your self-perception that must expand to embrace them. Detachment is one of the most profound and liberating powers you can cultivate in life. It is not about withdrawing from the world or abandoning your desires, rather. It is about releasing the need to control outcomes, people, and circumstances.